After acting like they just didn't care and only wanted fans' money, Nintendo has made a major Switch update and showed that they actually do care, and I'm here for it. Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. It's finally Friday, and I mean, you know it's Friday because Robert Pattinson out here dressing like it's 2001. We've got a great show to send you off to your weekend, and I hope you've got some fun plan. I hope you got some relaxation plan. Maybe just sleep in and eat a cookie. That sounds like a great Saturday to me. But first, it's Friday, and we gotta fill you in on the Nintendo news, including that major Switch update I just mentioned. It's pretty great. I love to see Nintendo doing good work for the fans, and I think you're gonna be quite pleased with this one. Plus, a major EA game is going free to play on Switch, and that always feels like a fun time. We've also got Devolver Digital's latest cult classic. No, literally, like it's a game about cults with classic elements. Can't wait to show you that one. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all having a fantastic day thus far. I'm here to make it better. So hit that like button if you enjoy the show and let me know your take on today's topics in the comments down below. I heard Wario's out there trying to steal information from good people like you. The internet is a dangerous place, and that's why today's video is brought to you by Atlas VPN, a way that you can keep yourself private and protected when out there exploring the interwebs. And thankfully, you can click the link in the description down below to get 3 years of Atlas VPN for only $1.99 a month. A great price, and it comes with a great 30-day money-back guarantee. Plus, if you've ever wanted to watch a Netflix show or a Disney Plus show or a Hulu show that ain't available in your region, Atlas VPN can help make that possible, and you can digest content from anywhere in the globe, and they will never know you weren't there. The best part is, whether you're using Atlas VPN for protection or content consumption, you can put it on as many devices as you want, an unlimited amount across Android, iOS, PC, and more. It's a dangerous place when nasty guys like the Big W are out there lurking. So make sure to get yourself private and protected with Atlas VPN. Again, 3 years for only $1.99 a month. Make sure to click the link in the description down below. Every time you do, it helps support the channel and it helps support all of us from Wario. It's Friday, so let's start off with something fun. You gotta watch Severance. That's my new favorite show. Apple TV emerging as a major player in the weekly show space, and this one is supreme. The mystery, the concept, basically you split your mind into two selves, your work self and your home self. And your work self can't remember your home self, and your home self can't remember your work self, and there's something dark and mysterious happening. What are they actually working on? The show is directed by Ben Stiller, and it's just got a really awesome sense of eerie mystery without being like a horror show. It's just like thrilling. Like, what are they really doing there? The performances are fun, and the concept, it's just out of this world. It makes me want to write a show. Also, I finished Archive 81, and that one did something to my mind, but I really like where they ended up, and I can't wait for season 2. Check both those out if you're looking for something really fun and addictive to get into this weekend. And now you can also get into Knockout City for free, or at least you'll be able to pretty darn soon, because they've split from EA and decided to drop the price tag. If you remember, Knockout City came out last year, and a pretty fun game where you're throwing balls at people. And that was a classic sport back in ye old middle school days. It's basically dodgeball video gamified. It's got a nice art style, it's got a nice pace, and it plays well on Switch, but before you had to pay about 20 bucks. Now you're gonna have to pay nothing because it's going to go self-published by Velan Studios, the developer of the game, saying ta-ta to EA, and they said, we have exciting plans for Knockout City, and bringing publishing in-house will allow us to fully realize our vision for the long-term future of this game. I believe Knockout City was pretty successful. I'm not sure if the player pool is still quite large, but it's a good one on Switch, and again, it just adds another free thing you can do on this platform. I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you get a Switch and you have $0 to spend on games, you're still doing okay. You can obviously play games like Fortnite and Apex, Warframe, now Knockout City, Pokemon Unite. There's actually a plethora of things that are of solid quality, maybe even great quality to get into, and I just love to see that library of freebies expanding. Good on you, Velan, also for realizing your independence and being able to achieve this milestone. I imagine that has to feel good. Let me know if you're interested in checking out Knockout City as soon as it goes free, hopefully in the coming weeks. Speaking of very soon, Devolver Digital is dropping their latest indie on Switch. Previously announced last year for PC, it's now coming console side, and Switch is one of them. No set release date, but they say coming soon, 2022, so I imagine this is gonna pop at the next Indie Direct. That seems like a good place for Cult of the Lamb, which seems so innocent, but at the same time, so nefarious. All right, Cult of the Lamb is an interesting blend of roguelike plus action, but it sounds like it has more structure mixed in with the randomized elements. So you will be having randomly generated levels, but you are going around trying to recruit new followers for your Baba cult, and also beating some Baba baddies along the way with a bunch of big weapons, bullet hell madness, and what looks like a really interesting art style. Their verbiage says explore a sprawling, randomly generated world, fight off hordes of enemies, and defeat rival cult leaders in order to absorb their power and assert your cult's dominance. Very dark themes, but Devolver does really good work most of the time, and I love their roguelite Enter the Gungeon. Probably my favorite of them all, so I'm super eager to see if they can cultivate the same kind of magic with this spell, and I hope it comes out in a spell or less, hopefully again at the next Indie World. Let me know if you think Cult of the Lamb looks like something that is going to warp your mind, or at least end up on your Switch when it does come out. I just gotta do this when I see stories like this, because I'm happy for the big N, and I guess more so, I'm happy for us. When Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack first dropped, it was a disaster. I think it was one of the most messy things Nintendo ever made happen, because there was no plan forward, and there were so many bugs in that N64 emulator. How you get your own games from decades ago wrong? Well, Nintendo found a way, and they made all sorts of graphical glitches and crashing glitches, and even when they would release a new game like Paper Mario and we'd be pumped, oh my gosh, it had terrible glitches and crashes. Well, now the online service has expanded. Now we're getting a game a month, and it feels like it is finding its own. They've also added the Mario Kart 8 Course Booster DLC, which I think is a great value, and I recently said that I feel like it's fine time to purchase this. Today, though, Nintendo dropped Majora's Mask, but that's not all. They updated the N64 Online app to 2.0 and brought the fixes that we've been waiting for since the beginning. Yes, now the fog is back, baby. And the fog is here in the Water Temple. The fog is here on Choco Mountain. And they dropped the crash glitch from Paper Mario. They're just working their magic, tightening everything all over. And you may ask yourself, why didn't they do this from the beginning? And that's a fair question. But I think it shows Nintendo's commitment to consumer satisfaction by actually making these changes. These are things that are small but mighty. They also made coding changes to Banjo-Kazooie, so apparently they patched some problems there as well, and people are quite pleased to see that, hey, the games from forever ago are finally running well. And this bodes great for Nintendo Switch Online, because it shows Nintendo is going to keep updating and keep making things as polished as they can possibly be. It also bodes well because we know they're shutting down the 3DS and Wii U eShops. Wii is already out there, and so Virtual Console is going to be closed book. That means our only option for a virtual console of sorts will be the Switch, and thank goodness they've decided to make the games pretty cool. I mean, they do have interesting elements like online play from Mario Kart 64, and there is a world, and we're getting there, where Nintendo can make the Switch the best place to play their Virtual Console classics. Obviously, a wider scale of releases, a faster release pace would be fine, but I'm happy with what they're doing, and I'm glad to see them not just sitting and saying, we can cash in, you want some Mario Kart, cash in, you want some Zelda, cash in. No, they're putting work in. Could they do more? Yes, and honestly, I think they will. I think they'll add DLC, I think they'll eventually add Game Boy, and I think there will come a point where we say, Nintendo's service, one of the really good services, all right? $4 a month, and you get Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time, Banjo-Kazooie, Paper Mario, Mario Tennis, everything on Genesis, SNES, NES, Tetris 99, Mario Kart 8 Course Booster Pack, Happy Home Paradise from Animal Crossing New Horizons, who knows what else, but this service is building. This service has been building, and I think they've built it to a pretty good place. Let me know if you're happy to see Nintendo upgrading the online emulator to 2.0, making the fixes that they probably should have had from the beginning, but they did them. And now you can go play new Majora's Mask on your Switch and enjoy a really wonderful, eclectic, interesting Zelda game with awesome dungeons, great power-ups, and a very moon-based storyline. So I don't know, I'm happy with the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack at this point in time. I guess it could all crash and burn if they decide to stop the releases, but I bet you we get some Kirby action next month to tie in with Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and hey, Crystal Shard is a cool game from my childhood, so I say sign me up. If you haven't signed up, is now the time. And do you feel like your $50 a year is now worth it? Let me know your take in the comments down below, or if you're someone that just says, no, this is not how you do Virtual Console, I'd also love to hear from you. We gotta get all these opinions out there because it does seem like Nintendo is listening. And maybe that's the most crucial piece of this entire story. They're listening and they care, and that's a thumbs up. And I care about you. That's why we do the polls. That's why we do the shows. That's why we want to find out what you're all thinking in those comments down below. Last night for our Friday poll, I asked you what 2022 non-Switch game do you wish was on Nintendo's platform? And I gave you some big hitters, right? Starfield, Gotham Knights, Elden Ring, and Tiny Tina's Wonderland, all games coming out in 2022. Elden Ring just dropped and it seems like that is the big winner. 61% said yes, let's play From Software's Epic on the go. Like 800,000 people were playing it on Steam, they're playing it on Xbox, PlayStation, we're not playing it on Switch. And with all of the grueling boss battles and the repeat encounters, it really feels like this would be a perfect game to play on your Switch, so I agree, Elden Ring. Although, can't go wrong with Gotham Knights, bringing some Batman back with 19%, Tiny Tina's Wonderland, 12%. I was surprised to see Starfield dropping off in 4th at 8%. I guess we just don't know much about that game. But I do think big Bethesda titles, as we saw with Skyrim and The Witcher 3, not Bethesda, but still big, do fare well on Switch. They're fun to take on the go and play a quest when you have a spare moment. So honestly, I'd take any of these. All of these, and I'll take all of you into the weekend and on to next week. Stay tuned for some fun videos this weekend, but in the meantime, everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there, enjoy yourselves. I appreciate you so much. I'm glad to have you aboard, and we'll be back Monday with episode 255, cruising and bruising our way to 300. But the only thing we're bruising is Bowser, because we are good people up to good things, and so are you. Thank you so much, everybody. Until next time, SwitchForce out.